Hello friends, welcome to this video. So today we're going to be discussing the beautiful keys of E flat major and C minor. So these keys have three flats, and I'm going to be doing a little music theory with you so that you know how they, how we came to that conclusion, and you're also going to hear me play through E flat major and C minor, the natural, the harmonic, and the melodic. And I'm going to play those for the recording so you'll be able to really hear all the different colors of those keys. So first things first, whenever you look at a key signature, you could have a few sharps, you could have a few flats, you could have nothing. So in this case, we have three flats, and it has two potentials. It could actually have three potentials if it's a mode, but we're not going to worry about modes right now. So it could either be on the light side, which would be the major, or it could be on the dark side, which would be the minor. So when we have three flats here, to figure out the major scale, I always just take the second to last flat. The second to last flat tells you the major scale. So if we have three flats here, the second to last flat is E flat. By the way, the order of the flats is the reverse order of the sharp. So if you remember my little acronym, Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast for the sharps, the flats is just the reverse of that. So it starts with breakfast. So B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Okay? So the first flat, if you have one flat, it's always B flat. If you have two flats, it's B flat, E flat. In this case, we have three flats, so it's B flat, E flat, A flat. And we're going to take the second to last flat to tell us what the major scale is. So over here, we have E flat major on the light side. And then to figure out the dark side, we have to count up to the sixth scale degree, starting on E flat. So we have E flat, F, G, A flat, we have an A flat, right? And then we have B flat, and then we have C, that would be the sixth scale degree. So we take the sixth scale degree, and over here it would be C, oh, by the way, it was C. So it's going to be C minor, okay? So let's go ahead and write this out. I've already started it for us. So up here we have E flat, start on an E flat, end on an E flat, and every scale has 7 distinct notes. We have E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, and E flat. And then I've circled the sixth scale degree, which is C, because that is the scale, that's the minor scale that shares the three flats. It's called the relative minor, that's the relative minor. Start and end on a C, C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. Okay, so together we're going to just tweak a couple things and figure out the harmonic and melodic minor. So in green here, let me just switch colors. To turn the natural minor into the harmonic minor, we raise the 7th scale degree. So let's take a look over here. The 7th scale degree is B flat, so I'm going to raise that a half step, and we have B natural. Okay, so that's very interesting because we're going to now have this special interval between 6 and 7. The harmonic minor has the 1.5 steps between 6 and 7, so it's unusual because in scales we are either a whole step or half step away from the next note. So to be 1.5 steps is kind of a special, unique sound. And definitely the harmonic minor has a special sound you'll hear in a moment. So then to change it into the melodic minor, by the way, these are things that you don't have to do when you're reading music. It's already done for you. So just when you're looking at your music, you might notice, if you're in C minor, that you have a B flat all the time. And it's always A flat followed by B natural to C, which is, highlighting that little change that we have in the keys. So for the melodic minor, we always raise and lower the 6th and 7th scale degrees. We have both options of that. So in blue here, on the way up the scale, instead of A flat and B flat, you'll have A natural and B natural. So we raised it a half step, and then on the way down, it's everything that's in red, so we're going to lower it again. So on the way down, you'll have B flat, and you'll have A flat on the way down. Okay, so A natural, B natural on the way up, and then B flat and A flat on the way down. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick review. If you're looking at a key signature, it has 3 flats. You can figure out the major scale by taking the second to last flat if you know the order of the flats. It's the reverse order of the sharps. B, E, A, D, G, C, F is the order of the flats. And then if you figured out your major scale, you take the 6th scale degree, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, C. C is the 6th scale degree, so it would be C minor. That's the other scale that shares. And your ear, when you play through your song, your ear is going to tell you, oh, you're on the light side or you're on the dark side. You'll be able to really distinguish that. Okay, and it's actually important for us as musicians and artists to know whether we're in major or minor, because we're kind of like actors. We're trying to portray the vibe behind the music. So if we understand we're in minor versus major, it's just a different way of interpreting things. So, okay, so we wrote it out. We've got our 3 different kinds of minor scales: the natural, which is just the exact copy, but it's just starting on the 6th scale degree of the major. And then the harmonic, which raises the 7th, and the melodic, which raises and lowers the 6 and 7, okay? So minor scales tend to have more accidentals in them just because of their nature, right? So I'm gonna grab my viola and I will play these for you. By the way, my harp is tuned in C minor and E flat. So since it's sitting right here, I'm gonna play it for you on the harp, and then I'll play it for you on the viola, just so that you can kind of hear the difference. So hopefully the harp is somewhat in tune. I forgot to tune it. But here we are with E flat. And C minor. And it's just there's something that's very special about those 2 keys. I just love them. Love them. So let me grab my viola and I'm going to put my recording on. We're going to start with E flat major. And instead of starting on E flat, I'm going to start on the 3rd scale degree. So I'll be starting, rather than on E flat, F, G, I'll start on a G. Okay, so you're going to hear a cello drone in the background with a scale that I have previously recorded. And I will be just starting 3 notes ahead. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully it works. There's something that's maybe, it's not necessarily, I mean, it's definitely cozy and warm sounding, but there's just something that might be kind of romantic about it, something that's very human about it. It's very poignant. There's something, it's got just enough tension behind it, whereas, for example, in my mind at least, C major is very like open and relaxed sounding, especially on, the viola or on the violin, especially on the viola or cello, because we have a C string, and it just kind of, the instrument vibrates really well against that, so it's just very lovely. So now the complete opposite of that, if we were to switch over to the complete dark side, we're going to hear a C drone and then C natural minor. So I'm going to be starting on an E flat this time. This is just the polar opposite of E flat major. it just popped into a different universe that had the C natural minor vibe. It's a very different experience than E flat major, which was, you know, magical and fairy-like sounding. So let's jump over to C harmonic minor. And this one has that special interval between 6 and 7. So I'm going to be playing an A flat to a B natural. And same thing, I'm going to be 3 notes ahead of the recording. So here we go. Let me just make sure I've got this right. Technologically challenged person. Here we go. So this is the harmonic minor. Here's the 6. The 7th is a little more painful sounding. Here it is again. So there's something just extra, you know, maybe just painful about that one. It just pulls at your heartstrings, that's for sure. So let's listen to the last one. This is the C melodic minor. Now for this one, I'm going to be just an octave ahead, so 8 notes ahead. So I'll be playing the exact same notes, but just displaced by an octave. So on the way up, we're going to raise 6 to A natural and 7 to B natural. Then we're going to lower them to B flat and A flat. All right, so here we go. So what do you guys think? Has anything kind of jumped into your thoughts about the overall vibe of these keys? Because like we kind of talked about earlier, musicians are kind of like actors, and you know, a lot of times, at least instrumentalists, we're not really dealing with words like a singer would. We're dealing with harmonies and rhythms and dynamics and whatnot, and all those things kind of work together to create this vibe, this atmosphere, this expression behind it of emotion, or you know, sometimes it depicts a scenery, whatever. So I don't know about you, but I feel like C harmonic minor or C melodic minor or just C minor in general could be applied to something that's about something very serious. So and also heroic at the same time, you know, like if you think of like an epic battle scene from history, or like the tragedy of, you know, all of the things that go along with war. You could also think of like E flat major as the joy of being at home with your family, like living that hobbit life where it's lovely and, you know, you enjoy the little things, all things are appreciated maybe. So it's got a completely different feel. So as you're playing through your scales this week, and there are recordings on the channel, and if you're on Patreon, there's a scale that's provided for you with a tutorial on how to play it for the viola and the violin. And then there's also a recording track for you to practice along with. And I really encourage you, write out the scale just like we did today, you know, you pop in your 7 scale degrees and try starting on the 3rd scale degree. You could try starting on the 5th scale degree, playing in 5ths, playing in 3rds, playing in octaves, playing 8 notes apart. And then, of course, you can try playing on different scale degrees too, just to hear all the different ways of harmonizing, you know. So, and also maybe explore, see if you can find some songs that are in E flat major or in C minor. There's websites like 8notes, like number 8notes.com, that you can search for pieces by their key. I'm pretty sure, so, or you could probably just Google that anyway, but I hope that you have fun exploring this, and I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching.